Alrighty, another episode of D&D. Let's get busy with it. So we left off. Let's see, it's been 2 weeks. So we left off. You guys went back to the Feywild. You are on your way to the Sky City to kill/capture Misty's father to power your ship for all of eternity. And were promised a ship for personal use by the Eladrin in exchange for getting the hag somewhere in the salty swamps to basically leave them the fuck alone. In no clear terms. So you guys got dropped off in the swamp. There's a ship with two Eladrins circling overhead while you guys look for this hag.
Can I search around the area?
You sure can. Go ahead and make a perception check.
If we're starting with looking, I'll be doing the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can I help out with that? Help, sir?
You'd be the one I'd expect to find things anyways.
Yeah, he got a 32.
Yeah.
Just like kind of how it ended, the only thing you can see around you are the large tracks from the foggy shadow monsters that you narrowly avoided 2 weeks ago.
So, does anybody know what kind of tracks this thing is leaving that we can follow? Because
I mean, it's a hag.
I got shit. I
So
was to say I got shit I can go off right now.
it's a hag. They're humanoid, two-pedaled.
Well, I thought we were trying to track down the house, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, yeah, the house that the hag lives in, yeah, but, I mean,
Yep, you were told
you
she
can't
has
exactly track a
walking
house.
Well, she has a walking house. That was clearly defined to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is there any trees around in the swamp?
There are
Like,
a
are
lot
we
of trees around.
Okay.
It's like
What's
a
our
Louisiana swamp, but the trees are more on the dead side.
Okay, so foliage not so much there, right?
Not so much.
What's our visibility look like?
Well, there's a pretty good fog right now, so you got about 20 to 30 feet of I can actually see what that is, and then however far you can see of shadowy shapes.
When we flew in, was it foggy up by where the ship was, or?
No, the fog like settles into the swamp.
Okay. What I would like to try to do, I'm guessing if this is a house is walking, it's probably big, if I remember from last meeting. What I would like to do is try to climb a tree and see if I might be able to see over the phone and see if I see anything.
You could, but there's a unicorn with wings right here.
Or we can do that. That works too.
Okay, Brad, ask Sir Fluffybutt very nicely if he'll allow you to ride him.
Does anybody have carrots that I can ride him with?
No, but you got his master right there. You can talk to
Being
him.
a deathcore unicorn, I think it'd be more like a cocaine and whiskey kind of bribe required.
Well, I don't
yeah.
just my thought.
I feel like we have that on hand.
I mean, doesn't necessarily have to be cocaine. Any illicit drugs will do.
But, yeah.
I mean, he might need a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, if we need to find him a sacrifice for his horn, we can definitely do that. That's no biggie. Just not with those three big ass creatures that were probably going to mollywop our asses. So, but yeah, Mister Sir Fluffy Butt, the well, I was going to say the horniest of all unicorns, but that sounds really bad.
Yeah, Sir Fuckbutt will let you, will take you for a flight so you can look. We really want to see what kind of ill-advised deeds we can make with this hag.
So you'll fly up, and the fog line ends a little bit below the top of the trees, so it's about 50 or so feet of fog. But you get out up above the trees. You can see the trees. You can see the fog underneath the trees. And with a 33 perception, you've rolled a 19 and a 20 so far. You won't be able to see any large things moving. However, when you look down, you can see 3 humanoid sized things, just shadows at this point, kind of approaching where the party is.
Well, Mr. Fluffy Butt, we should probably go warn the others.
He's gonna neigh and start heading back then.
Which I think it's 6 seconds later, you're back on the ground.
I would have, real quick, I would have noted the direction of where I saw those things moving. And then I would tell Fitz, like, hey, we got 3 incoming from whatever direction I saw them coming in at.
Yep, so they
don't know what they are.
Little over 100 feet to your guys' east, to the right there. That's what those 3 little dots on the map are.
The 3 frogs?
Well, these are 3 humanoid-sized who knows.
Yeah, so no, not they weren't nearly as big as these things. They're humanoid-ish esque. I mean, it's the Feywild, so take that with a grain of salt. But I mean, they are heading in our direction. I mean, we could find some cover right now, and that way, Mr. Clanky Clank over here, as he nods towards Godric, doesn't have to make a whole lot of noise.
Alright, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I'm not real close to stealthy myself.
Well, I mean, we could. It's foggy. It's marshy. Perfect place for an ambush. Up to you guys. I mean, I don't know if they're hunting us, but I don't know what's coming our way, and it's the Feywild, so everything's trying to kill you.
I don't know,
Yeah, I guess. Find a tree and grab my mace and shield and prepare myself, I guess. Because I don't know what's coming.
Okay. Anybody hiding can make stealth checks.
I will do that, but I will. I'm assuming if it's a swamp, it's muddy, right?
Kinda.
Yes.
Muddy, soggy.
Muddy, soggy. So what I would probably do is start to rub some of the mud that fall over me, try to camouflage into the tree line, and then flip my hood up and take cover on a low branch in a tree.
Okay. Bear with me here. Need a stealth check for Sir Fluffy Butt too.
There's one
You
there.
rolled a 15.
Oh, was there? Okay, I missed it.
Yeah. We're about the only one who didn't was Misty and Holly.
I got Misty. Pam, stealth check, please.
If you're hiding.
Boom with a nat 20.
Boop, 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 boop.
It didn't do it automatically, Pam, but you get advantage on stealth checks. You can't roll higher than a 20, so you don't need to re-roll this
Yeah.
one. But from now on, anytime there's a stealth check, roll with advantage.
Okay.
Unless I say otherwise. Okay. So you guys spread out, hide, not spread, but, get behind trees, bushes, whatever. And a couple of minutes pass, and you start to hear the squishy noise of things walking. It's really soft. Whatever this is clearly lives here and knows how to move through the swamp. And a minute or so after that, the shadows appear in the distance of the fog. It's 3 humanoid shapes, medium-sized humanoid shapes. They're moving to walk not straight at you, but within proximity of you, the group.
I will knock an arrow.
Okay.
I'll hold steady.
At this point, I'm going to wait and see if, and Jacob, you'll know what I'm talking about, if I'm going to get any vibes.
Gotcha. So you guys continue waiting and watching. And just as they come into image, and you can see that they are 3 lizard-like humanoids, at the same time you can hear them talking.
Do you recognize their language?
You will find out in a second. Not a single one of you do, except for Fitz. That's how the conversation went, Fitz. Give me just 1 second, guys. My mom's calling me.
Good. It's ready, Mike. Well, you got it.
Yeah, so guys, these guys are actually not as violent as we might have been afraid they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they somebody's been raiding them, and they're hoping they scared them off so they can go home to eat.
If you understand them, then maybe talk to them and see if they can give us any information on the hags or the hag's house.
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
Just so y'all know, just because I can understand the language does not mean I can speak it.
Is it in your list of languages?
No, I have the headband of comprehending languages.
Right.
So I understand every language, but I can't speak them. But we can
Right.
try common.
Yeah, but double check your language list unless you have an empty language list.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Draconic, and English.
English.
Yeah,
Elvish.
English. Well, they are
English
kind of
is
like the Brits. They are super snobby.
no, English isn't a thing.
Elvish.
Oh, Elvish. Okay. I think you said English. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you threw me
It's close.
like, wait,
They're like
what?
the D&D equivalent of English.
Yeah, they're more like the French.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Well, yeah, yeah, definitely try common. I mean,
Okay, I'm
most
back.
things
I didn't
do.
hear anything you guys have discussed.
That's
It's
okay.
fine.
It was all plans to fuck up your day.
Hey, that is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah.
we're gonna wait till they get close enough, and we're gonna chop their heads off. And then,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And then bake them for dinner? Sure.
Hope a note falls out of their pocket, directing us in the right direction.
Lizard
No,
folk is good. I'm just saying.
so
I know.
apparently Fitz can understand them, but he doesn't think he can talk to them.
Well, I can't speak whatever language it is they're speaking.
So the headband only works for him to understand the language, not use the language. Is that correct, Mr. DM?
If I remember the spell correctly, yeah. It's a comprehend languages headband. So
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
that's the spell. I'm pulling it up right now. Understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any written language, but must be touching the surface. Doesn't decode messages. Yeah, so he can understand it, he just can't speak it. That's
okay.
I think tongues lets you speak it as well.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
If I use... No, never mind.
No, what you got?
No, because I was gonna say if I use telekinesis, but I would understand a shit of what they're saying anyway, and
Oh.
it's not like they will understand what
Oh.
Fitz is saying anyway, so that's useless.
Telekinesis is moving things with your mind. Telepathy is speaking with your mind. So it's a completely different ability.
It's okay. I got all my slots emptied, so I can use a third level slot, and I can use tongues.
Oh.
Daddy Godric using his tongue.
And I was thinking of making them speak our language, not actually moving something, but...
Okay. So you would hear all of that as well, Godric.
Okay.
And I will copy it into for you.
Once I
So you'd miss like the first sentence or two of that, and then catch the tail end of it if you hit your tongues when you started hearing it.
Okay, so as soon as I heard it, I would step out in their language and say, excuse me, we mean you no harm. We are on a assignment to find the hag.
So just for the record and for everyone else's record, tongues doesn't allow you to speak any language. It allows everybody to understand what you're saying regardless of the language they speak, as long as they speak one language.
Awesome. So we're gonna play a giant game of telephone.
No, not really. So Godric is speaking common. You can all understand him, but they also can understand him, regardless of if they speak common or not.
Gotcha.
It says this spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understand
yours.
what it
So
says.
so they understand what you're saying, but you're not speaking their language.
Okay. That's the important part. They can understand me.
Yeah. No, they can understand you, but only you and Fitz can understand them. And
Okay.
everybody can understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay. So you step out and what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said, excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. We mean you no harm, but me and my group were tasked with hunting down the hag, and we were told she has a walking house in this area. Any chance you could point us in the right direction?
Being startled by you kind of jumping out at them a little bit, they will face you with their shield up and their javelins pointed,
Of course.
and then kind of look at each other, and you'll hear him mutter, "What did he say? Does he speak our language? Did you understand that? I understood it. At least I think I understood it. Did you?" Like they're confused at the fact that you can understand them.
Yeah.
Or rather
Kind folk.
that they can understand you. Sorry.
Yeah. I would say kind folk. It's a magic trick. All right. That's how you understand me.
They kind of look at each other and look back at you and keep their shields and javelins kind of up, but relax their posture a little bit.
Yeah. I'll hang my mace on my belt. That's show because I know I said that I had it at the ready, but I'm gonna kind of put it down on, you know, uh, try to make it look like I'm not threatening.
With that, two of them will remain in a semi-ready posture, and the third one will step up to you. And as he gets up, you'll see him flick his tongue out and smell you over. Never spoken with an outsider. What brings you here?
Once again, the we come from, well, where we come from is a whole long conversation. Currently, we are sent by the city of Senalisi, or take out city and insert whatever it is there. Um,
At the
they
mention of the name, he will spit. And when he does so, you'll see that his spit sizzles when it hits the ground.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Gutter, just so you
Yeah.
know, the people rating these guys are 99.9% Salili.
Okay. Um, with that reaction, I would respond with, "Look, I don't know what your troubles with that place is, and I'm not here to get in the middle of it. Um, they told us that they're having some issues with the hag. We just came out to straighten it out, and unfortunately, we don't know where to find her other than she's out here somewhere." Like I said, we mean you and your people no harm. Just was hoping you might be able to point us in the right direction so we can get out of here quicker.
Do you have food?
Uh, I can. Yeah, I got food.
A lot of food?
I mean, I can make a lot of food. or I got a little bit now. It's
Follow. And he will turn to walk off, and the other two will be right on his tail.
okay. Guys, I think we need to follow, and I'm going to start following. Right now, right now these guys are our best lead. So
What's everybody doing? Bueller, Brad, Pam.
I don't know. I don't like these people.
if I see any hesitation from Miss Holly, or Misty for that matter, I would say I, at this point it's not a matter of whether we like them
Uh,
or not, or get funny feelings or
you
not.
don't see Miss Holly, period.
Oh, okay, never mind.
With a nat 20 on a stealth check, you have no idea where she is.
Oh, well then.
Okay, so I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna grab Misty, and I'm gonna get closer. Like, come on, Misty. It's okay.
Brad, are you available to tell me what Fennon's doing?
I'm sorry. Give me a quick recap. My neighbor was at the door right as I came home, so I apologize. I kind of missed a little bit. I heard
Not a
something. It
problem.
sounds like they had a conversation and we're following somebody.
Yeah, the lizard folk said, "Do you have food? Lots of food? Okay, follow.
Okay.
You're still hidden at this point."
So at this point, I would probably know the crew knows me, so I'm going to follow and probably keep in
The shadow.
the shadow. Well, yeah, in the shadows, but following them.
Okay. Easy enough. You guys follow them for what seems like a good while, and yeah, a good portion of the day. And they take you farther east. You actually end up crossing over to about where Godric is there. So you cover a good chunk. But eventually, they bring you to their little village. Give me just a second, I'll get you put on it. You guys can move your tokens around if you wish. I'm just getting you on here for right this second.
I would be on the heels of the ones we were following.
Okay.
How long did this trip take?
Hours. During which they did not speak to you at all. They would occasionally glance back to make sure you're still there. But no speaking.
Okay.
Was there anything else anybody wanted to do or say during that travel time?
During the travel time, no. As long as they're not talking, I'm not
Okay.
just gonna follow.
All right. Well, they bring you into the village here, around one of the campfires, and you can see around the campfire there's like a big, like carved out log, and the lizard that said "follow" points to it and chitters in his language. Fitz, you would hear him.
once he starts chittering, I use a fourth level slot and recast that. The upcast doesn't change anything.
Uh,
It's just slot management here.
okay. Standing there staring at you for a second, he'll repeat himself.
Okay. I would ask, do you need water as well, or you good on that?
He kind of looks around and he's like, "We have plenty of water. Just food. Lots of food."
Okay. Anything in particular?
Meat.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. It says the food is bland but nourishing and spoils if uneaten after 24 hours, but it doesn't specify anything other than that.
It it's a flavor thing. So if you want it to be 30 pounds of meat, that's fine.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So you cast your create food and water.
Yep.
Produce a shit ton of meat. And you can see his eyes like widen to just the mass of food that was just provided and lets out
Yeah.
a shriek. I think the only thing you guys would be able to correlate it to at this point would be like a dragon's roar, essentially. And
Um. Oh, go ahead.
and as
Let you finish.
soon as he lets it out, all of the lizard folk from this village come running and grab a handful of meat and start chewing it down, eating
Okay. Now,
forcefully as if they were starving, and then grabbing more and running back to their tents.
so
As that's happening, I'm gonna get close to you, Godric, and say, "You should have done that. They're gonna draw you meatless."
no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Do they take it all?
There is
Sounds like they
still
took it all.
some left in the container after the 30 or so of them go through.
Okay, if our host, guide, whatever you want to call him, is still standing there, I will look at him and say, the way I make this, this needs to be used by this time tomorrow. Just
It'll
so
be
he's
gone by
aware.
morning. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, just
As he
I
picks
I
up a big
just
chunk and rips a piece off.
I just didn't want you to, try and save it because it's the way I make it. It's only good for about that amount of time. Just pre-warning you, that's all. So food has been provided for you and your people. Like I said, my end of the bargain. So directions to the hag, please.
No directions. Eat. And he'll gesture for all of you to eat.
Uh, uh, we actually had a large meal prior to coming here.
Then don't eat.
Yeah,
Wait.
more for you guys.
No directions. He now sits down next to the fire and holds the piece of meat up, not to cook it, but just to warm it up a bit, and then takes a bite off.
I'm gonna whisper in Godric's ear, "I don't like him."
And I will whisper back to Miss Holly. I know, but we are in a strange place, and these folks may have the only they. This is the only place we know of to get the information we need. So as long as they aren't violent towards us, I think we'll be okay. Because it looks like their people are just hungry,
Okay,
and
okay.
they want whoever's raiding them to stop raiding them. I don't know who that is, but we have a hag to deal with. So
Okay, okay, Godric. Miss Holly's gonna do the whole big and walk towards Misty.
It's okay. Just
She's attached to your hip.
Oh, okay, never mind. And I'm gonna look at Misty and say, "It's okay for now. We should trust. Godric said so." And Misty's
okay.
like, "Okay."
Okay.
And we got Death Unicorn over there. You can hang out next to him. I'm sure he'll help protect you. Or me, or
Okay.
Fitz for that matter.
Okay, if you say so, Godric.
All right.
Anybody got anything
So
for me?
you said there's a big hollowed out log. Is there like a stump near the log, like a sitting place?
No. It's clear as you look around that they all sit on the ground.
You know what? Then I'm just gonna find a clear space away from those guys. I'm gonna sit down. I'm
Away.
trying to present
Oh,
myself as a non-threat. So
okay. So you're just finding a spot to sit down. You're not sitting anywhere in particular.
no, just in general. Like I said, I don't want to be close to the food because I want to make sure they got access to it. I don't want to sit next to somebody who's eating because I don't want them to feel threatened. So just somewhere in the vicinity so I can watch them do what they're doing and wait and not look like I'm planning something.
Okay.
Fitz
Anybody
is
else up
leaning
to anything?
against Sir. Fitz is leaning against Sir Fluffy, but we're sharing some rations.
Okay. Fallon will be close by.
I might even grab my one of my holy symbols and just kind of whisper a prayer to Apollo. Please watch over these people and pray they have the information that we need.
Roll a d100.
D100, D100, yeah.
79.
Okay. Anybody else up to anything?
Fedin hasn't exposed himself to the group yet, has he?
No, that's kind of why I put you back there in like a lurking position.
Okay.
Just to give you time to long it. If you wanted to expose yourself, you absolutely could have. But until I heard otherwise, you remained hidden.
God damn it, Fennon. We talked about this exposing yourself to others.
Only to you, big guy.
You're the one with the step pally fetish there, bud.
I know. Yeah, I would say at this point, if they're sitting around eating and I'm not seeing any threats, then yeah, I would have probably exposed myself at some point.
Okay. Just do a casual walk out of the shadows behind Fitz, and you're there.
Yeah, lean up right next to Fitz's ear and go, "Boo."
I'm sorry, did you just say boo?
Yep.
You had no idea it was coming. Do you react at all, Fitz?
I'm assuming that Fitz is already at least a little high. So I imagine it's probably where he just kind of slowly looks back, his eyes getting wider, hand reaching for his sword, and then, oh.
As soon as he hears the "oh," Fennin goes, boops him on the nose, and then sits down.
Okay. So you'll all sit for a little bit. And as you're sitting, you realize that you probably walked longer than you initially thought you did. Within 20 minutes of Godric casting his create food spell, it starts to get dark. So it is evening time.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The two elemental dudes that were on the ship, did they follow us here? Like they're still
They
up in the sky?
you don't know because there is fog between you and the sky.
Above table, logically speaking, no, they're probably still hovering right where we were.
In that proximity.
Yep, because we didn't tell them they can't see us, and I didn't even think about them up there.
Well, I'm just wondering. I mean, I'm just hoping that we didn't lead the Nazis right to Anne Frank's attic here.
That
Gotcha.
is a clever way of putting it.
I mean, perception checks. We can look in the sky to see if they see us, if we see
Some
them. But
somebody could fly up to see if they followed too, if you really wanted
hmm
to.
but I'd rather keep the actions to a minimum until we're through, essentially negotiating with these folks. I don't want them to perceive anything we do as aggressive.
Yeah, they do seem a little edgy already.
So, I mean, stroke your horn or surf off your butt's horn or whatever, make yourself happy. Chill out.
What kind of relationship do you think I have with Sir Fluffy Butt?
Hey, he's your pet. I don't know.
What kind of relationship do you have with your pets?
I mean, every once in a while I say hi and sitting there watching TV and pat them on their head. I wouldn't suggest patting Sir Fluffy Butt on the head since he got a horn, so that's why I, you know, rub his horn. I don't know, dude. I'm no unicorn expert. You are.
Wondering.
Or at least you're closer to it than I am. Let's put it that way.
All right. Another 15 minutes or so has passed. The younglings have come out of the tent and taken the last scraps of food out of the bowl. The lizard who speaks stands up and looks at you, Godric, and doesn't point this time. He does kind of an open handed gesture. There's more food? Please?
I'll tell you what. I will make a batch right before I leave, but I need that information for the hack.
Oh, you're leaving very soon. More food now?
Yeah, just give me the information and we'll be on our way.
There, there is no information. It's you just wait.
What do you mean? Wait,
You
the hag will come here?
he like points at you and references that you're sitting. Just wait.
What am I waiting for?
The word he says is hut. The moving hut.
Oh, it's going to come here?
It passes.
Oh. Oh, well, see, that's the information I was hoping for. And I will stand up, stroll over, and I will give these guys another dose of meat. Why not? The hell?
He will let out not the same kind of shriek, but a softer version of it, as if to signal that there is more food, but it's not as urgent this time. And onesies and twosies will trickle up and grab more. Good.
I hope this helps your people.
Yes, yes, much. Hunting hard.
I won't pretend that I know what it's like to hunt here because I'm not from around here, so I won't lie to you. But I'm just glad that I could help.
In the middle of your sentence there, a distant cry came out. The lizard you're speaking to would shoot his nose up as if listening intently and look at you. Now, come.
I'd look at the rest of the crew and say, "You heard the man," and start marching.
Okay.
I'll move you all
Thank you.
so you know which one, because they're just tokens. So he will hurriedly go through town to the far side and stand there silently.
As we go through town, what are the other ones doing?
Eating. Every single one you see is into that meat like it is the first meal they have had in God knows how long.
Okay.
I feel like I may have helped the whole community here, so in turn means we all did some good here.
In the twilight hours, just as your spell ends, the lizard will, without looking back, reach back and put a hand on your shoulder, Godric, and then point and say, "Look," and then go back into his previous language. You won't understand it. Fitz, you would understand it, but it's nothing that matters, so I'm not going to type it out. But as you look through the trees, you see what he is pointing at.
Ew.
I would
Ew.
wager that's what we're looking for, guys.
Is it?
Girls.
You
It's a moving
see
house.
this house with large tree-like legs walking completely silently through the swamp.
I don't like this.
How far away is it?
Right now, it is about 150 feet off the edge of the village,
Is
moving
it
south to north, so
the
bottom to
the
top.
what? The water looks swampy. Is it deep?
As far as you can tell, it's about calf deep.
Okay. Um,
Me and
that's our
Fluffy
target,
Butter
guy.
prance towards it.
What was that, Jeremy?
So me and Fluffy Butter are already prancing towards it.
Okay.
Take Fennon with you. You have flight. You two should be able to move quicker than the rest of us. Try not to get spotted, but keep an
You
eye on
say
that thing.
Fallon or Fennon?
Fennon. Fallon can walk with the rest of us. If you're okay with that.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but he's his own dude.
Well, I mean, I remember I'm always going to reference you when it comes to Fallon because he ain't my bitch.
Okay, so just so I got it clear, Fennin, Fitz, and Fluffy, the three Fs, are pursuing and maintaining sight on this thing. The rest of you are going to pursue and try to keep up / catch up, correct?
Yes. If there happens to be like the land masses, I would kind of steer us towards the land masses so we're not
Okay.
constantly in that water.
Yeah,
So we
it's
might zigzag a little bit, but I
not
think that
too
would
far
help.
from the village, and it solidifies more.
Okay.
Anybody else doing anything?
Um, well, I do have one more thing. As I would leave, I would wave at the lizard guy, and I know he can't understand me, but I would say thank you.
He will kind of recognize the gesture, but he'll put a fist to his chest and do a quick nod.
I look at
And
Miss Holly and say, I think we made friends.
anybody else got anything?
I'm just gonna stay close to Misty.
Okay.
And kind of get closer, but not that close. You know what I mean? Just keeping my distance, kind of safe-ish
Okay.
for now.
Just stick close to me and Fallon, Miss Holly.
Yeah, yeah.
So are me and Fluffy and Fennon, are we meant to be like quietly following this thing?
Well, I'm assuming since Sir Fluffy got his wing upgrade, that you guys can move at a normal pace and not have to be in the muck like the rest of us. I was like I mentioned when I first asked, I'm hoping you guys can maintain whatever speed it is moving and just keep an eye on it. If we can get to it before it walks away, great. If we can't, at least we got eyes on it.
Okay, I
And
was
we
just
can.
wondering because I mean, like Fitz is planning on like jumping up and down, waving his arms,
I
yelling out
mean,
Baba Yaga.
I mean, it's your character. You can do what you want to do, but I was just asking you guys to follow it, keep an eye on it, so we don't lose it.
Okay, because I'm trying to stop it.
That go right ahead, man. That's what's that famous phrase? You can try if you want to. That's up to you, man. I just, you know what I asked. You do what you do.
So pursuit is given. This thing is moving equivalent to like 100 feet around. So just slightly faster than Sir Fluffy Butt's standard fly speed. That being said, you don't get 100 feet after it when it stops. So for relation purposes, it'll be there. You'll be caught up to it ish. And the rest of you would be not too far behind. A little bit, not too far. But it stops dead in its tracks. And you guys are a little bit north of the village at this point. You can still see the lights, but you can't make anything out. It stops. Is there anything you want to do there, Fitz? Or Fennon? Or anybody for that matter?
Do I see any movement or anything like in the hut or anything like that?
You do not. There's lights coming from cracks in the windows, but they're covered. So you can't see into it.
Well, Fitzy Witsy, what do you think, bud? Should we go knock and say hello?
Can I use my crystal ball to check it?
That is something you can try to do, yeah.
Let's do that.
In order to use the crystal ball, don't you need to know what target you're looking for?
So she does know. It'll just be reduced odds of being successful because she's not familiar with it and has never seen it firsthand.
Okay. Okay, then there's a
That
chance it'll work
being
then.
that being said, Pam, it will take 10 minutes to scry.
Okay, that's fine.
it would take you
can-
probably less than 3 minutes to walk up to it.
Can Sir Fluffy Butt fly with me and Fennon on his back?
Yes, at reduced speed. Let's see.
I mean, if there's land that you guys can land on, you
There
can
it
do
is.
that, man.
It's like
The flight
puddles
was
at
just
this
to
part.
keep you out of the water, yeah. The
Okay,
deep
so I'm
water.
gonna walk to it, I guess.
Yeah,
So much for
I
staying away, but yeah.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna say,
no.
Misty, just stay here with Gotrek. I am going to explore.
I never stopped moving.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Let's go.
Yeah.
So in that moment, you guys start approaching a little more carefully since you're going to catch up to it a lot quicker. Before you're able to catch up to it, it turns around.
Like
And
pointed at us,
like the front door
front of the house.
is pointed at you guys now.
Okay.
And I'd say you're probably 50 feet away from the front door, and it lowers itself down, and you can see that there's kind of a front deck patio type thing. Not really, but kind of. It's like made out of dirt and moss and tree roots, but it slopes down and connects with the ground when this hut lowers. And out of the front door,
Go ahead.
with your 8.
Yeah. I was going to say I was looking for anything out of the ordinary here besides the fact that it's a walking house.
Yep. Out of the front door steps this hag. If you haven't seen one in real life, you've all heard the stories. And it fits it to a T. It goes,
She looking at us or just looking around?
oh, she looks dead at you guys.
I know.
Okay.
No.
I wave. Hi.
Oh, hello.
I lean into Fitz as he waves and go,
I think she wants you, bro.
I grab Misty's little hand and I put both of our hands in the air, like wave.
Well, come on. Get inside. I've got places to be. And she will turn around, walking inside, and leaving the door open.
Turn around.
I would step up, and then look at the rest of the group and say, we got to figure this out. We got to deal with this. That's what we're here for. So
Fitz and Fluffy Butt are already walking in.
I would suggest as we go in, don't touch anything, don't sit on anything. Don't even look funny at things, because it's a hag. Who knows what the fuck she's got going on in here?
I'm going to transfer you guys all to this other map. As you get to the front door, you will hear her voice call out from inside. The unicorn stays out. It won't fit through the door anyways.
I'm sorry, Fluffy.
Brad,
She
I
was
heard you
on the
say
roof there
something.
or something.
"Oh,
Brad,
I
I
was
heard
gonna-
you say something, but you were distant.
oh, sorry. Is this any better?"
Yeah, a lot better.
Okay. Oh well, maybe that's why. There we go. Turn that up a little bit.
All right.
Hearing what Godric said, I'm going to basically sling my bow, wrap myself in my cloak, put my hood up, and I'm gonna wrap my face in the that shamag that I have,
Okay.
and then I'll go in.
Okay. So I put you guys on the ramp portion. And the second you get up on it next to the building, the hut lifts itself back up and starts walking again. The door, which is right here, ignore the trap, I didn't make this map. The door is open.
Okay, that was going to be my.
Ignore the trap. I didn't make the map.
Okay, then I would definitely head in and then head to her. Yeah.
Okay. As you walk in, you will hear her call out, "If it's not yours, don't touch it."
Yeah. You can put me right up there with bits.
Okay. You all going in?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll let you all place yourselves.
Actually, yeah. Oh,
All right. So you will come in. You'll see her standing over the table. And as you come around the corner, you will see there is another individual in here with her. A humanoid woman, mid to late 30s, with a weird. She's got like a headband on, but you can all clearly tell that the headband is covering like a disfigurement.
Sure. Okay, so I would look at the hag and say, "You do not seem surprised to see us."
Well, I'm not
That
surprised to pick up the people who are following me.
okay? Fair enough. Um, well, let's just get right to it. We were sent here by Senalisi. Uh, they
Yes,
claim
yes, yes.
they're
The Eladrin are upset with our deal and want out of it. I've heard this story a number of times.
Buff table. Did we talk about a deal? I don't think
No,
we did.
no. Salisi has been lying to us in order to try to get us to do something stupid. Salisi is the bad guy here.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Okay, so what is the deal, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh,
Wait. Let me start with the introductions. My name is Godric.
hi. You can call me Auntie H.
Oh
Okay.
God.
She's an
Full
Annis
name
Hag,
or
and I didn't think of a name. It's Auntie H, Annis Hag. It works.
okay. Okay, so Auntie, okay? I don't. Are you
That's
comfortable
quite
with short
fine,
names?
dearie. You wouldn't be the first one to call me that.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
great. So, yeah, if you don't mind me asking, Anna, what is the deal that you have with Senalisi?
Well, deals are deals, and they stay between the dealers. Fortunately, that's
Uh,
not something I'm at liberty to discuss.
okay. Well, we were tasked with getting you to leave them alone. I don't know what I can do to try and get us to that point, and I kind of figured the details of that would help us get there.
Well, she says as she starts walking around the table and rests a hand on the girl's shoulder. She goes, "The only way out of one deal is to make another one. What do you have to offer?"
Well, unfortunately, not at I'm at a loss to answer that question because I don't know what we're.
Non threateningly, she steps past to kind of be standing not right next to you guys, but within proximity of you. You know, like a circle huddle for a conversation
Yes,
type proximity.
as somebody who deals with deals, um, I'm sure you can understand that in order for us to make a proper deal, we have to have all the necessary information, and unfortunately, we don't have that. They did not give that to us. You are our only source at this point, without actually going back to the all the way back to Senalisi to get that.
The
So,
young woman will cough a little bit, and Auntie will turn around and lean over, and she'll whisper in her ear. She goes, interesting. Interesting. Auntie will stand back up and face you. So you want whatever my situation with the Senalisi to be concluded, correct? Nothing more? You're not looking for any extra vigor in your lives or wealth
No,
or
ma'am. No, ma'am. We
perhaps a
have a
child as she glares at Fallon.
uh no, ma'am. We have a bigger issue that we need to deal with, and this is just one. This will completing this task will put us one step closer to our big goal. So,
Here's the offer. My dear sweet daughter, and she'll reach back and place her hand on the shoulder of the humanoid girl, has been itching for a fight. A good fight. A fight that will curve her homicidal tendencies. Would two of you be willing to fight her?
uh, I look at Fitz and I look at Benin and I go, I would wager a couple of our party members would probably be looking to crave that same itch.
If it might be agreeable, she likes this one, and she runs a long, dirty finger along Fitz's plate mail, which instantly cleans the smudge that she leaves. And that one, as she points at Fallon. She feels she's quite the judge of character, and she feels these two would be a good fit.
And in return for getting your combat,
Well, that's just what my daughter wants. I desire one small, trivial thing as well. She glances over at you, Pam. I just want you to spend the duration of the fight in my chambers.
uh, if she's not
Nope.
going to speak up, I'm going to say, alone.
Alone.
Fennon's instantly gonna be like, nope. Shake his head.
You have it on
Uh,
my heart, not a living soul will be in the room with her.
I mean, ultimately, this is Miss Holly's decision, but I'm gonna say I'm not super comfortable with this. But we'll let
You,
she's a
Fennon,
grown adventurer. I'll let her make a decision.
she is telling the truth, Fennon.
Okay. Still, nope.
Pam, are you present?
Yeah, I'm not doing no.
Well, then what else do you have to offer me? You've agreed to the fight with my daughter, at least tentatively. That's what she gets. But what do I get? What does Auntie H get?
Well, it's I'm having a slight issue with this deal because I feel like the deal is between us and you. Why we are entertaining your daughter for this deal doesn't seem very proper.
Well, she's mine. So by
Well then,
extension, she is me.
So
Okay.
you are getting something out of this without Miss Holly going to your room because this is for your daughter. Your daughter is you, so
You-
therefore we don't need an extra condition.
Well,
Right.
excuse me for sweetening the pot.
I'm just
These-
saying.
Besides, you are
These
asking
are negotiations.
you're asking a great lot getting me to end my deal with
Well,
Senator Lacey. She moves by
unfortunately, unfortunately, like I said earlier, we don't know exactly what anybody is giving up by canceling your agreement with Senalisi because we don't know what your agreement was.
That is something you would have had to ask them. I'm
Well,
not at liberty
they
to release that information.
they
But
didn't tell us. At this point, I'm just going to be straight out. I'm going to put it on the all out on the table for you. At this point, I think those folks wanted us to come out here to end you, and I'm trying to not do that. I'm trying to get to the goal where everybody's alive and everybody's happy.
Well, that's a
by the way, Auntie H, I just want to say I have a lot of respect for you for keeping that confidence with them. I just wanted you to know.
well, deals are deals, and I'm nothing if not a hag of my word.
Can we, um, Miss Holly tends to be a little on the skittish side and can sometimes magically things go awry. Would it be possible for one of our other adventurers to sit with her? I kind of uh, look over in Fennon's direction.
She already seems to have a little mouse attached to her hip.
She's not a mouse.
I don't see any harm with the mouse going with her.
She's not a mouse.
I meant no
Okay.
disrespect, dearie, just a term. And of course, you're welcome to stand outside the door.
I'm just giving her the nastiest look right now.
Well,
Now,
Calling Misty a mouse.
Auntie H, before we solidify any deal here, I do feel that I should tell you, as I am a paladin of my word and I consider my honor very important, you should know that those are both my daughters, and that if anything were to happen to them, I would beat you until you're crippled and broken, laying upon the ground, and then I would slowly kill your daughter in front of you before I ended you. Is this still okay?
Give me one
And I'm
second.
aware I may die in the process, but it will happen before I take my last breath. That is how important I take my family. I'm assuming you feel the same way about yours.
Right
I
as you say
promise
that, Foots,
Good.
Pennant's head pops around the corner and goes, "I second that," and pops back around the corner.
Understood.
okay.
And I understood that the promises of paladins are just like deals of the hags.
You know, I truly appreciate dealing with honorable people, Auntie H.
I look at Miss Holly and say, I understand you're not comfortable with this, but if this gets us to our ultimate goal of vanquishing this evil that we are trying to get to, you know we're going to do everything in our power to make sure you stay safe.
Okay, I'll do it.
Right? and I at least got her to agree to Misty sitting with you, so you won't have to do this alone.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Now, just so we're clear, perfectly clear on the terms, these two, she points at Fitz and Fallon, will fight my daughter. Not to the death, just until one of the parties, falls unconscious.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal. And these two will sit in my chambers. Nobody is allowed to interfere with either respective party for the duration of the fight. Are we agreed?
Agreed.
Just a clarifying note. Is that like if me or Fallon fall, it's over, or if me and Fallon fall on our end?
You and Fallon.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
One added subsequent thing I'd like to add is I'd like a guard at your door. You asked that she be in the chambers alone, but you did not say that somebody couldn't be outside the chambers.
You may
Keep
stand
an ear.
wherever you wish for the duration of the fight, just not in the chamber. And as long as you don't interfere, our deal will hold until the end.
I look at Fennon, and you good with being a guard?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so whatever room she goes into, you stay there, and you yell at the first sign of anything fishy.
I want to see the room first before she goes in it.
You can see it.
What?
Which one?
Oh, yeah, that might help, huh? This one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, that one down there with the symbol down on the floor, that was a little sketchy, but that room doesn't seem as horrible.
I'll put on my monocle as I walk around.
What's your monocle do?
True seeing. Top hat of disguise, monocle of true seeing.
That's right. You don't see anything
Okay.
that you don't see on the map, at least.
I'll take one last peek at the hag and the daughter. Now that I'm wearing it.
They both look as they appear.
Okay. I thought I had something. Give me 2 seconds. Make sure I can use the right one.
I just
Guess
saw your
that way
message,
for a
Brad.
minute.
There's nothing in that room with the open door. That's what you can see, but
Okay, no worries. Basically, as they were talking, I was walking around looking at the house.
Okay, so I got to step away for a few minutes. But as far as this goes, if the girls go to the chambers, Pennon stands guard outside the door of the room. I'm going to try and position myself somewhere.
kind
If
of
we're
like where
going
Fallon's
outside,
standing, so you're both. No, they're gonna do it
Yeah.
right here in the dining room.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, yeah, where Fennon would suit me just fine.
I got one thing before Fitz walks away, or while
Okay.
he was standing there.
Yeah.
I'm going to slip something into. I don't know if he has pockets or not.
I don't think so, but make a sleight of hand check. Okay. You get it to him.
Okay. Fitz, I'll give it to you. And I would have done it in a way that Fitz would have felt it.
Okay.
Excuse me. Where'd it go? I just had it. Oops. It's in the party sheet.
So Auntie will speak up one last time. So we're all agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
As
And she'll kind of wave her hands, and when she does so, all of the furniture gets pushed out to the wall. So the entire room that you're in there, Fitz, is open now. I just can't move the table. And her daughter will stand up.
as I walk by Valen, I would cast Shield of Faith.
Drop it on him.
Done. And I put the concentration on myself.
That didn't work. Hold on, I just screwed everything up with Fitz's token.
But yeah, I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Yep, you're good. Brad, for the sake of what's about to happen here, open up the character selector, and if you would grab either Fallon or Misty, preferably Misty, that would make my life a lot easier.
Yeah, you want me to grab Misty?
Yeah, if you would, please. Just because she's similar to Fennin.
No, I got you. I got her.
Alright, so that takes care of that. Give you a second to look over her character sheet while I'm finishing setting things up here. Godric's where he's going to be. Auntie will walk past and be like, "This way, dearie," and come and open her chamber door for you. The two of you just wait in here. And Fennin, you were going to stand outside that door.
Did she close the door?
Not yet. She's going to. That was part of the deal. She hasn't yet.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to clarify because I didn't hear that.
Yeah, no, she'll be in there with the door closed. Lot going on here. Okay, so as you... Why did it do that? That's better. As you shift into your bear form, Fitz, Afrin, the daughter, will smile. She goes, "I knew I picked you for a reason." And she will snap a finger, and when she snaps her finger, her armor doesn't light on fire, but has like when you look at a metal surface near a fire, kind of that bouncing reflectiveness. And she will also become a large creature. Still looks the same, just larger.
The perfect size for a bear hug.
All right, so I'm gonna need Fitz, Misty, Fallon. Oh, not Misty. Fitz, Fallon, and Afrin to roll initiatives. Where the hell is Fallon? There he is.
I'm gonna look over at Fallon right before this kicks off. Like, so are you wanting kids or something? Is that what that was about?
I don't know. She's got in my head. That's good.
There is something
Alright.
very seductive about strong women. Strong, dangerous women.
And Afrin will say, "Let's have at it, boys." And as she says that, Auntie will close the door to the chamber behind Pam and Misty.
Yeah.
The door shut behind you. So let's kick off this first round of combat. Fitz, you get to go first.
You're right. Okay, so actions, not abilities. There we go. I am going to bonus action vow of enmity
Okay.
on her. And I'm gonna come up over to this side. And I am going to you'd think bears would have advantage on a grapple check, what with the bear hug and all, but
I mean, a grapple is technically an attack action, and you did your vow of enmity, which gives you advantage.
what oh, I thought it was like a contested.
It is contested, but we looked it up. It falls under the classification of an attack action. It's one of
So
those
would I
weird like gray line things. So you'd still get advantage on trying to grapple her, but a grapple, that's the only action you get. You can't grapple and take a swing.
We'll save that for a little bit here.
Beautiful. Before you roll damage, you will see a rune on her chest plate glow bright white and then disappear. And I need you to roll the damage against Fallon. All right, so you smash down with your sensor what should hit her square in the shoulder, and your flail just like bounces off of her shoulder, and behind you, you hear Fallon go, "Ah, fuck! What the?" And you look, and he's holding his shoulder right where you would have hit her, and you look back at her, and she's just doing like the smile poster. Then
Can I grapple her on my second attack?
no, it's your whole action to grapple.
Hmm.
You would notice that the rune that lit up disappeared after it burned bright for a moment.
Alright.
Right, that'll hit. $14 points of damage.
Then I guess that would be my turn.
All right. That will bring us to Afrin, who is going to square up in a nice boxing stance, take her first swing at you. Miss. Second one. Miss. Third one. See if I can roll higher than a 10 tonight. Not happy with that. She is going to go ahead and action surge right away and take 3 more. Jesus Christ. This is what I get for sending you guys. That's a nat 1. You can use your reaction. Take a strike back if you want.
No, I'm gonna let her have that.
Okay. Just make sure. Okay. That'll end her turn. Do you want to take Fallon for this fight, Fitz? Or do you want me to do it? You can
No,
grab
I'll
him out of the
let
carrot.
you do it.
Okay. So he, having started learning your ways, is going to run over this way.
The ways of the flank.
Take that first swing with advantage and miss.
It's alright.
Second
You get her
swing.
next time.
Second swing.
There you
hits
go.
With a arc of lightning for 13 points of damage.
Good job. Way to follow through.
And that's going to end his turn. Down in the
Should
chamber.
have
Go ahead.
saw Sunday's episode. Speaking of flanking, I got called you,
Mm-hmm.
Fitz. And I was all like, "Do I get flanking here? How about here? Can you just move me wherever I get flanking?"
His Sunday side character needs to get a Fitz tattoo at some point. was the comment I said. Down in the chamber, Miss Holly, you hear, well, Misty, because being played by Brad for the moment, as you hear the door click, Miss Holly, you will feel that little tingle of arcane energy, indicating that something magic just happened.
Okay.
As the two of you look around the room, a seemingly lifeless body appears in the chair in the corner of the room. For the sake of procedure, the 3 of you are going to roll initiative right now. Misty, Pam, and that body. And I will put you guys in order after the kitchen fight. Brad, if you can roll initiative for Miss Holly. Beautiful.
For Misty.
Let's see.
Okay, so it's going to go 6, so 5, 4, 3. Beautiful. The corpse just appears. So Misty and Miss Holly, your turns are side by side, so simultaneously if there's anything you want to do. Auntie has moved out to kind of stand by Godric and watch the fight as well.
Is it like dead? Like completely dead?
Seems so from where you're standing.
Wait a minute. Isn't that your ex-boyfriend?
Shh, you're not in the room.
He's not my ex-boyfriend. He's dead.
Keeping an eye on Anna since she's.
I'm gonna do firebolt on it.
Auntie seems to be enjoying the fight.
Okay. As long as she's not like trying to, pickpocket me or mumbling some mojo or.
Oh, there's some space between the two of you. It's just a small map.
Wait, so can I do firebolt?
Hold one person at a time, Pam. I'm sorry. Yes, if you want to, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that's dead. That hits.
That hits. 17 points. Your firebolt smashes into it and leaves a little smoldering crisp.
I'm gonna look at Misty and say, bacon.
Uh,
Misty, are you doing anything?
I was gonna say Misty would probably be if I am
Misty's
playing
like
Misty.
she's like a skittish follow the leader type character.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So she would kind of be like, I don't want to say completely behind Miss Holly, but like doing like the little kid kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing that she just hit this thing with a firebolt, she'll crank a crossbow bolt into it.
Okay.
Which
Hits. Okay. Uh, crossbow bolt hits the shoulder roughly where the firebolt hit and is firmly lodged.
I want to say that Misty would almost turn around and check the door.
You say
Seeing as
almost. Is that what you're doing or no?
I'm gonna say that's what I'm doing. I'm looking more. Pam's been playing Misty, so is that something you think Misty would do? Trying to keep in line with Misty.
It's a question for you, Pam.
Fuck it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll try the door,
Okay.
and then I'll end my turn after that.
So Misty will crank off that hand crossbow shot and then turn around to check and see if the door is unlocked, and there is no door handle.
What do you mean?
There's no door handle. There's no way to open the door from the inside.
There's like a little hole or anything where the handle was there initially at one point or another?
Nope. It is a smooth piece of wood.
I don't know if you'll allow it, but if she saw that, I would assume she would like bang on the door. But
Okay.
I can save that for the next turn if needed.
I will give you the free action that Misty bangs on the door.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Fennin and Godric, you don't hear anything out in the hallway. But that will bring us back to the top of the round with Fitz.
All right, so what do I roll to grapple then?
You will roll a strength check. And it will be contested by either her athletics or acrobatics.
You froze.
Am I back?
Talk again.
Hello?
Fire?
You're
There we
coming
go.
in and out.
Give it a second. Oh, I froze again.
Else, Brad? Oh, a second. You're kind of back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Is Brad here?
He
came
was
back on
here.
Discord, but he hasn't said anything.
I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
There you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My Discord, like, all of a sudden just tweaked out on me, and so I tried to
Yeah,
jump
it
out and
was
jump back in. It took a
on my
second.
end too, so it was a combination. So to grapple, just a strength check from you, Fitz.
Serious lag there, dude.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna